Okay, so we're lucky enough to have a short interview with Britt Wilson, who has got a lot of specialism in primary school teaching and a few other gamification ideas, which she's going to tell you a little bit more on. So over to you, Britt.
So my background is, I started off as a football coach many moons ago, and then I got myself onto a PGCE, so a teacher training course, and then on that teacher training course I specialised in primary PE teaching. I went on to do an MA, so I'm kind of really into pedagogy and game design, bits and pieces like that, kind of all the theory sides of teaching and coaching. I'm also a level 2 LTA tennis coach, and I'm also a cardio tennis instructor.
There we go, awesome. So you say Britt is quite experienced in this field. In terms of the main difference between teaching in a school and tennis, what do you think the biggest difference is?
Maybe just ratios is actually probably the only biggest difference. So actually maybe my comfort zone is like 30 children rather than kind of our groups of 8 that we have. But really, tennis, coaching in general, teaching, we're all kind of facilitators of learning. So we're all kind of doing the same things, but maybe our outcomes are a bit different. So in schools, kind of like really big, broad expectations of what we want the children to do, kind of like the whole child. And maybe sometimes what we miss when we're coaching is those bits, and we get really caught up sometimes on just doing the physical bits and getting those kind of sport-specific outcomes. And sometimes we forget the bigger picture.
Awesome. So what do you think since lockdown has happened? So we talk about expectations of parents' loads in tennis.
Yeah.
Do you think the expectation has changed a bit? Is it a bit more relaxed now, do you think?
I actually think parents have toned it down a bit, and coming out of lockdown they just want their child to get active again. They want them to run around, they want them to get involved in something that may be structured, not too structured, but they want them kind of involved with other kids again. So I'm finding that parents just want to see like the smiles at the end of the day. They want to see their kid having a good time. Maybe less about the expectation that they're going to be the next number one. I'm sure we can all kind of, agree with that sometimes we have a bit of that. But no, a lot of focus on fun, getting their kids happy, getting their kids feeling safe again, mixing with others, just running around in the fresh air, really.
So what would you say to tennis coaches? Because we're always talking about upskilling our tennis careers with kind of tennis technical knowledge.
Yeah.
What would you say on that one?
I think I'd challenge every tennis coach to go and spend a week in a school. Doesn't have to be in the classroom, just maybe with a PE teacher. And I really recommend that they go and see early years as well. So kind of the small preschool children age, and just see how they do things and how they let the children explore. They let them work it out for themselves. There's usually always a theme involved. So kind of they entice the children in, and then they get their really kind of hard learning in, their really focused learning. But really it's the bigger outside bit, like what's the child kind of experiencing, what are they motivated by, what are they feeling? Are they feeling successful? Not necessarily because they got their shot in the court, but are they feeling successful because they get to go and get a star and put it in their black hole or something like that?
So like getting the unity together and the progression through gamification.
And like working with other children as well, kind of like, sharing success with each other, working together. Children really love that. And sometimes we forget as adults and we kind of intervene too often. But they actually like working together.
So talking about your journey, Britt, 'cause you've come from the opposite where you're going through the learning tennis journey. So what's next for you?
I think carrying on, kind of working with other coaches, I think is really important for me. Because I've got a bit of a niche. I'm kind of good with kind of managing a massive group and laying a group out over there, a group out over there, a group out over there, and maybe just refining, getting my tennis knowledge in there a bit more. So kind of little technical bits, but I won't go too much technical. I've got to stay true to who I am.
All about the balance, right?
All about the balance.
Okay.
Not too much of this from me.
All right, thank you, Britt, very much for your insight, and hope it has been helpful to everybody out there.
Thank you very much.
All right.